Hi, everyone. This is Denise O'Malley, founder of You Define Wellness, and thank you for joining us for another one of our provider interviews. Today, I have the pleasure of sitting with John Karis, who is the owner, founder, father of Quantum Health. Hi, John. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, Denise. Thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this one because you have a modality that I'm really not that familiar with, and I think there's a lot of our viewers who also don't know about it. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is that you're doing, particularly letting us know about Body Talk?
Sure. Body Talk is actually pretty simple. It works with the body's own ability to self-heal. All of us have an inner physician inside us, and we know that from our own experience. When you cut your hand, the Band-Aid isn't healing the cut. The body is healing the cut. So the body has already built-in self-healing capabilities, and it also has self-diagnostic capabilities. And diagnosis is the key to solving any kind of problem, whether it's emotionally related, physically related, any kind of problem. We have to figure out why. And so the body has the ability to self-diagnose, and a Body Talk practitioner is simply a facilitator who interfaces with your own intelligence, your body's own intelligence, and facilitates the body's diagnostic ability to self-diagnose. And it can do that at multi-dimensional levels. And that's an important point, because healing and real change in our health must include all the different different levels which comprise us as human beings. So we're not just the body, we're not just emotions, we're not just mind, we're not just the energetic or spiritual element, we're all those combined. And all those elements must be addressed, because all those elements are impacting an area of our health, whether that's physical health, emotional health, behavioral health, environmental interactions, and so forth.
Wow, wow. So when someone comes to see you, what could they expect?
They could expect that I'm a brief interview, just getting some of their health history, some of their family history, so I know something about them. They get a brief explanation of how Body Talk works, what's going to happen on the table. And there are two components to how Body Talk practitioner works. There is some touch contact. We use a little bit of kinesthetic response from the body to get a positive or a negative, and we use a little bit of intuition to get a feeling for what kind of information we're getting. And so they would lay down on a massage table comfortably, and for about 30 minutes, the Body Talk practitioner is quietly sitting next to them, interfacing with their body's intelligence and verbalizing what it is that's coming up for them, so they can actually hear what the body is diagnosing.
Wow.
So the practitioner is saying, okay, well, the first thing that I'm getting from your body's intelligence is that in the stomach, there's this going on. You have this emotional content in here. And back when you were 5, you ate some kind of caustic chemical as part of this, and this has affected the lining. And then also I'm getting that you have a genetic predisposition to poor digestive function in your small intestine. So the client's here actually hearing what the practitioner is getting from their own body. The practitioner isn't reading into it. He's simply reporting what he or she is getting from the client's own inner intelligence. It's not about us. It's really about the body, the client's own inner physician.
Wow. This is absolutely fascinating to me. I know we can spend a lot of time going into probably the studies that have gone behind it, but we'll have to save that part for another video. One thing that I would like to talk about is what is it that motivates someone to seek out Body Talk? Is it that they've heard about it from someone else, or they just are frustrated and don't know where else to turn? What's going on?
I think both those answers are correct. A lot of my clients come because they've been referred by friends, and they come because of the results. This is the most important thing. When we're in any kind of modality, what's most important is that the results are holistic in terms of their effect, and that they last. Many people receive treatments for a problem and it's chronic. It just comes back after a few months or a few weeks, or something else manifests as a result. So in Body Talk, the results are immediate. I would say you get a Body Talk session and people usually notice change on the table, and then they notice changes over the next week or so. And these changes are lasting. So people talk about it to their friends, and the people that are interested in Body Talk often come because other things have not provided solutions. Or for example, I'll just make a very simple example. So you can go to your physician if you have high blood pressure, and you can get medication, or you can get maybe some referral to take a vacation, and they can maybe treat that. But how do you solve for a broken heart or a broken relationship? What are the answers to repairing those kinds of things?
Right.
So in those kinds of more difficult or more complex issues, whether they're emotional or physical, Body Talk, because we're working with the body's, that person's own intelligence, the solutions are all inside. So, and this is also true for very complex health issues. For example, I treated actually a World War II veteran who came to me after a series of medical treatments which weren't working, and he had blood in his urine. And after a short series of treatments, this stopped. So for very complex, difficult to solve kinds of issues, whether they're physical or relationship based or emotionally based, other people come. I had a very successful younger woman, I'd say probably in her early 30s, IT person, had kind of moved up through the company. And she came to me and she said, I see myself defeating myself. I've got this behavior that's self-defeating, and I want to move ahead in my career, but I see myself doing this and I can't stop it. So I want to change it. So those kinds of difficult mind-body kinds of things that aren't easily solved by medication or drugs or other modalities, Body Talk, because the body's intelligence knows everything, the body's intelligence can solve those kinds of problems because the body knows how to diagnose and it knows how to self-heal. That's the other ingredient. This is what makes the system so profound. It's not about the practitioner. The body's inner intelligence is this miracle, and all you have to do is access it, facilitate it, and it knows how to find the problem, diagnose the problem, and heal the problem. But it just needs some help.
Well, John, I am fascinated by this, and I know we could go on and on for a very long time, but it's amazing how fast time flies when we're doing these videos. We'll have to save it for another, perhaps follow-up one, because I think I'd like to dive into it a little bit deeper. What else would you like to have out there about what it is that you do, and anything about John?
Well, the most important thing is that it's important for people to understand that any kind of problem they have or anything that they want to change in their life doesn't have to be a problem. If they want to see improvements in their life, whether it's improving their health or even like the girl in the IT room where she's doing fine, but she wants to even move farther ahead in her personal development as a person, whether it's physically or emotionally, all these things are possible through working with the inner physician. And this is the most important concept, I think, is that we shouldn't settle for anything less than complete wellness in our bodies, in our hearts, in our relationships. I do a lot of relationship work, and people come to me and say, like, oh, well, I'm just about done with my relationship. That doesn't have to occur. We can help and heal and bring life up to what people really want it to be. And as far as my background, I've been connected with development of consciousness and wellness programs since the 70s, really. And Body Talk is an extension of that, a specialization in that field for me.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I want to share John's contact information with everyone. So as I pulled this up, So John works out of his office. He has two offices. One is in Frisco, Colorado. The other one is in Lakewood, Colorado. And you can contact him by phone or email, or visit his website, and the information is up there on the screen for you. You can also view his profile at youdefinewellness.com, and we have the link on there as well. John, thank you for taking time to chat with me, educate me about Body Talk, and share a few minutes with us this afternoon.
Denise, thank you for giving me the opportunity to clarify how Body Talk works and what a wonderful modality is. Thank you for taking your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.